Hello guys, welcome to Pokédex, the channel where I build decks for the Pokemon trading card game. What deck am I playing today? It looks like a Wobbuffet Bats deck, right? Is there even anything new from Roaring Skies in this deck? Well, there's actually a couple of cards from Roaring Skies that make this deck really good, I think. And the first one of those cards is Deoxys. So this deck kind of lacked an early game Pokemon, and I think Deoxys is one of those Pokemon that's really good in the early game. First of all, it's an Oni-X, so you don't really mind it getting killed early, and it has Close Encounter, which says, for a colorless energy, if you go first you can use this attack on your first turn, so that's really fast, and then you draw 2 cards, so it's really good to set up. We can potentially even use Deoxys for no energy if we have a Dimension Valley early, so that's really good. Then if we add a Psychic Energy, the second attack for a Psychic and a colorless does 30, and then the next turn it actually does 90. That's really good if we actually get to use that. That dishes out a lot of early damage that Wobbuffet would be glad to pile on, because as you guys know, Psychic Assault does 10 plus the amount of damage already on the opponent's Pokemon. And that's really good. That's why we're playing Bats with the Wobbuffet, but the Bats have to take some time to get down, so sometimes in the early game there's some problems dealing damage, and Deoxys can go for that as well. The second card from Roaring Skies that I think makes this deck really good does not feature in this deck at all, and that's Shaymin EX. If you guys know what Shaymin EX does, it's a Pokemon that you put down, and it has a setup ability which says that you draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. That's really good. That's probably the best card in Roaring Skies, and because of that, people are going to be playing it. Potentially they're going to change the way their supporters work, because playing a Shaymin is actually better than playing a supporter most of the times, because you don't actually get to spend the supporter slot for the turn. And we're preying on that, and Wobbuffet gets really annoying if the opponent wants to play their Shaymins. And they can't, basically, because Wobbuffet has the Bite Barricade ability that says, as long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, each Pokemon in play and each player's hand and in each player's discard pile has no abilities except for Psychic Pokemon. So we can still use the Bats, and our opponents can too, but other than that, I mean, Aromatisse can't move energy around, Bronzongs can't bring energy back, Reshirams can't accelerate energy, and most importantly, Shaymin can't draw cards. So that's really good. That's what we're aiming for here with this deck. I think it's really the right time for this deck to start playing. Other than that, I guess it's a really normal build. I can talk a little bit about the card. So I have a computer search because it helps us set up. 4 super scoop ups, it's really useful to pile damage with the Bats and also to heal our attackers. 3 Ultra Balls, 3 VS Seekers, 2 AZ to do the same as the scoop ups. 1 Colress, because in the later stages of the game we draws a lot of cards, and we can also get it back with the VS Seeker. 2 Lysander, 1 Lysander Trump card, typical cards in this type of decks, and then the 8 draw supporters, the Ents and the Sycamores that you usually see. Then we have the 4 Dimension Valleys. And one of the things that I found is that we really want to get Dimension Valleys going in the early game. Some decks that play Stadium sometimes don't mind playing the Stadium until after the opponent has already played theirs, and we actually do. We want to put our Stadiums down first sometimes, so in order to be able to use our attacks. And because of that, I'm playing extra energies, so I'm playing 4 Muscle Bands, which I haven't mentioned before, and then it's the 9 energy, playing 5 Psychic and 4 Mystery, because it helps us with the retreats from the Wobbuffet and all that. Of course, the Bats retreat for free, but Deoxys and Wobbuffet don't. And I'm playing 9 energy because sometimes we actually get to play the second energy on the Wobbuffet if the opponent gets rid of the Stadium, and that's pretty good. So that's what we're going for here. Let's try out the deck. Hopefully we get an opponent that plays a lot of abilities that we can shut down, so you really see this deck shining. Not claiming this is going to be amazing for sure. It obviously depends on the meta. This is a deck that plays on a very specific type of decks. And it's really funny because it doesn't prey on a certain deck, like it doesn't deck for a specific matchup like a Seismitoad deck or a Manectric deck. No, it just grabs a whole bunch of different decks actually, which is any deck that plays abilities as their integral part, other than Bats, of course. Okay, so we actually start with a Deoxys. That's pretty good. I'm going second though, so Doesn't matter, I wouldn't mind drawing the cards. If we draw an energy and the stadium off of a supporter, I don't think I mind actually dealing the first amount of damage. It depends on what the opponent is playing. So it shows us a Groudon EX, so if we actually have a good hand here and we have the opportunity, I wouldn't mind attacking, because if nothing else, if the opponent does nothing, we could just use the overdrive smash the second time, and that just deals a lot of damage. So let's see what happens. Opponent is tanking, he's thinking about what item he wants to grab. He's going for the Groudon EX and then a Robo Substitute, okay. Unless he has the switch in hand. If he switches into the Robo Substitute, then I really want to get rid of that. I really want to attack with Deoxys, dealing 30 to the Robo Substitute and getting ready to deal 90 to the following turn. Okay, so there's an energy going down to the Groudon EX on the bench, and the opponent is going to pass the turn. Okay. I think I'll N. The opponent already has a lot of cards in hand. We won't get to attack here. That's kind of lame, but oh well, at least we get to, I don't know, play a Psychic Energy and just use the first attack, close encounter. Let's just draw cards. Okay. Really want to find some bats. Oh, my opponent is also playing Wobbuffet, but we don't really care about that. I guess he's playing it as a wall, but all our Pokemon are Psychic, so our bats will still deal damage to his Groudon EX. I want to get a bat going and then just attack with Deoxys on his Groudon EX. Seems really good. Starting to get rid of the first Groudon and then just dealing damage to the second one. Okay, so we did draw the Dimension Valley. And I think I'll actually put it down. I'm actually not sure. Okay, so I'll play the... first things first, I'll play the Ultra Ball. And get rid of... I don't really want to get rid of the energy, so I think I'm going for the VS Seeker. I'll get a bat. This is one of those games where Wobbuffet's utility is going to be diminished, so I think it's just going to be good for the later damage. Okay, I'm going to put this thing down, and also I guess this energy. I can't put this thing here because it's just more damage, and then just Sycamore. Okay, we get to put this guy down as well, and then let's just overdrive smash. Bam, 50 damage. Next turn it's 110. That's really good. If we actually get to draw like a bat, that's just, we can just kill that Groudon. I don't know if I want to do that or if I just want to get the Primal Groudon in the bench. Because the more damage that I deal, the better off we are. Okay, so there's this Juniper. My opponent discards some cards it does not need. Like another Wobbuffet, or just trying to find energy, I think. Okay, there's a Mega Turbo, that's pretty good. So we will be ready to attack this very turn. Okay, there's another Mega Turbo. I just need to retreat off of this Groudon. Alright, so we can actually deal 90 damage to this dude. Is that something we want to do? I mean, it's not 90, it's 110. Yeah, because then next turn we can actually kill it. What I need to do is drop an energy here. Oh yeah, we can't Lysander out the Primal Groudon. What the hell am I saying? Okay. I just wish we had a bat here. It would be insane. Okay. We could close encounter though. Because if we draw a bat, then we wouldn't be killing this dude. Anyways, but he still has to retreat. So I think I'll just overdrive smash. Then if we get to draw the Golbat later, we can actually go for the throat, maybe? I don't know. I hope it's relevant later. Okay, there's an N. And still no bats, but we now have the N. Okay. Our opponent is just trying to retreat, I guess. Yeah, it just needs to retreat. Okay, so he passes the turn. That's pretty good. Let's just put all our bats down and then just N. Hopefully we get the goal bat now. Okay, we have the Ultra Ball, so we get to discard. Don't want to discard the energy because next turn my opponent is getting rid of our stadium. So I think I discard the Wobbuffet and the Scoop. Just get the goal bat. Just put this thing down and get rid of this guy. And then if he comes with his Primal Groudon, I'm just going to smash his face with my Deoxys. Oh, he does not. Okay. So now maybe I just draw here because he's getting rid of his Deoxys anyways. I'm just going to put this energy down on a Wobbuffet, I think. Yeah. So I'm just going to draw. And he puts another Robo Substitute down. Alright. We'll start dealing some damage with to this dude with our bats next turn. Okay, he gets rid of a Deoxys. And now unless he plays his own stadiums, he's going to have a hard time getting rid of our dudes. And that's pretty good, I guess. We can go for the other Zubat, I think. Maybe. Yeah, I like that. I'm just playing the bat here. Damage to this dude. AZ on this line, and just another one of these. Let's put this guy down. Also this dude here, I guess. More damage to this dude. And then I'm going to retreat into the Wobbuffet, and if he does not play his stadium, he's in big trouble. And if he does play his stadium, we might just be able to find our own Wobbuffet and energy and just attack, because we have our own stadium in hand. So let's see, via Seeker, is he going for an N? Okay, for a Corina, okay. Actually don't mind that at all, Corina does not draw stadiums, so there's another Groudon coming. And computer search maybe? Has he already played it? No, he hasn't, so... Okay, there's a Spirit Link, that's interesting. I guess my opponent kind of knows that this Primal Groudon is going to die. Also, there's a Fighting Stadium. Okay, 200 damage. I'd love to find a Wobbuffet. Okay, so there's a Wobbuffet, but let's think for a bit. So 30, and we kill it. Can we actually kill it without playing a stadium? That would be wonderful. Yeah, I don't think we can. I think I'm just going for the Wobbuffet. The question is, I will discard the AZ for sure. And the question is, do I want to discard the N? Or I don't really care about the N, I think. I don't really care about the cards he plays. I think we actually have to just find... So this dude already has 110, so Wobbuffet is 120. That's not enough, so I really want to make sure. Kind of lame that we have to do that, but I really want to make sure. Okay, so we drew the muscle bands anyway, so if we hadn't, I'll just use the Scoop here because I want to draw this and I want to put the Zubat. Oh, not, yeah, this dude. Yeah, and then the Golbat onto this and just deal damage to this guy. Yeah, Psychic Assault, bam. 150, let's draw 2 extra prizes. Want to play this Crobat next turn. Also love to be able to retreat here. And just attack with the Deoxys again. Okay, another Corina. There's another Primal Groudon and a Mega Turbo, okay. Our opponent is charging up really quickly. Hopefully you can put a lot of damage on the table before he does that. There's 30 extra damage. Let's put it on this dude, and I'm actually going to use the scoop on the Wobbuffet. Alright, we managed to do that. Let's just... okay, we can go with this guy for now, because now I saved the energy, so I can put it here. And I can attack with the Deoxys, which I think is my plan. Could also end, but I don't really like that. So I think I'll Sycamore. I could AZ also. Kind of like AZ here. Yeah, I think I'll go for AZ. I think it's the best. Just drawing some more extra damage on this Groudon, making sure that we get there. Could also play this bat, but I don't think there's any point now, so I'll just put the second Wobbuffet down. Now retreat into this dude and just Overdrive Smash. Bam, get rid of this thing. And now he has to find an energy to get rid of our Deoxys, and if he does, we might just kill this Primal Groudon the following turn. Okay, so he's going to kill our Deoxys. That's for sure. Can't say I'm really sad about that, because he also got rid of the stadium, so maybe he won't kill the Wobbuffet. Oh no, he has a strong energy there now, so you will definitely kill the Wobbuffet. So he took 100 damage, so we can deal 130. Yeah, that's pretty close actually. But I can actually attack with the Deoxys and draw cards. That doesn't sound that bad. Okay, let's see what we have. Golbat, okay, I think that's the win, right? 20 damage here, and then I just retreat and attack with a thing, but there's actually more damage to be done. So yeah, yeah, this is actually... Bam! 170 damage. Victory! Yay, we got there! Wobbuffet! Getting there. I mean, Wobbuffet wasn't really I mean, his ability wasn't really the focus this match, but Deoxys really did this thing. I mean, drawing a lot of cards, dealing some damage when it wasn't really that important if the opponent killed it, I guess, was amazing. We're not playing any X on this deck, and we actually can do a lot of damage. I mean, we got to kill 3 Primal Groudons in this match, so that's a lot of damage to be done with non-EX Pokemon. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I think this is the right time to be playing Wobbuffet bats for sure. I think from all the bats decks, actually I think this one is the better at this point, even better than Seismitoad bats probably. Just because a lot of people are also attacking against Seismitoad. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Tell me if you actually agree that this deck is the real deal. And see you guys next time. Bye!